Hopefully, this is receiving me well. And yes, I have my microphone in my braid because why not? Take a dose of mine, all I ever want in life is another type of high, a different kind of ride. Today, we're discussing questions on our first dates because I genuinely believe that the men are not going to ask the questions that need to be asked in order for us to not waste our time. So the ladies just should already have a game plan. Even if you're just going out on dates for fun or you're dating with intention, these questions will let you know exactly where they stand with themselves and in this world after date one. It does not take 2 years to figure this out. They let us know on the first few encounters, but if we ask the right questions, then they'll let us know without even knowing that they let us know. So let's get into it. First rule to this game: decenter men. Decenter them. No, that does not mean trash talk men. It doesn't mean hate men. What it simply means is stop uprooting your entire life to accommodate them. That should not be happening. We don't accommodate our schedules to fit somebody else until they're our husband, or they're at least expressing interest to be our husbands, right? Question number one: what would you do differently in your future relationships that you didn't do in your past? This question will give you insight on whether or not they are aware of their toxic behaviors, if they did enough healing and growing, if they're taking accountability for their actions and the role that they played in the toxicity, and they're able to effectively articulate that this is what was happening, this is what I learned, this is what I plan to do moving forward. If he can't do boom, boom, boom in that order, beginning, middle, end, then he's not articulate enough for me to continue on this relationship anyways. That's just question number one. It also gives you insight on how aware he was of his past behaviors, and if he is willing and able to articulate it to you. Question number two, and I have my notes here because I be forgetting. If money was no issue, what would you be doing with your time? This is my favorite question to ask because, one, I'm a person who I value my time. My future husband will value his time, and he will value my time because he cherishes me. I want to know, if you didn't have to get up and work another day in your life, what would you be doing in your free time? What this question does is it gives a lot of insight on where he is in life and where he wants to be and how close he is to being there. It gives you insight on if he has any hobbies, habits, passions, because he's going to speak on them, right? If I didn't have any money, if money was no issue, I would be painting and creating and traveling the world all the time. I would be creating journals for schools in every single state. Like, that would be my life. And I would be able to create a whole dream or a story about it. Like, I want to see how much this man can dream, okay? If he's ambitious, that's what this question is going to show, your ambition, his ambition, because if money was no issue, he could just sit on the couch like a rotten potato, eating potato chips. And is that who we really want to marry? Question number three. This one is pretty straightforward, but there's no escaping it. Do you desire to settle down, commit, find a wife, or are you just having fun dating? This lets you know his clear intentions with you. If this man says, yeah, I'm trying to find me a wife, like that's where I'm looking, then he potentially could. If he's looking for a wife, then that means he should be showing you more serious behavior than the guy who is just dating for fun. And that's okay too. I would rather you tell me that on our first date so I know how to approach and deal with you moving forward, then you keep that secret to yourself. And then 6 months in, I'm thinking that we dating towards marriage. Lo and behold, you're just dating to have fun. What do we call that? A situationship. Because clear expectations were not discussed from jump. It's not happening over here, buddy. Try it somewhere else. Question number 4. What is your stance on gender roles? This is a really, really great question because it lets you know what type of man you're dealing with. Is he modern masculinity man, or is he more of a traditional man? This is what this question is going to review to you. He's going to let you know what he expects of his wife and the duties that you will be playing in your role as a slave. I mean, his wife, and everything will be peaches and cream. But if you're a woman who knows staying at home isn't really for me, I'm a woman who has passions, I have dreams, I have ambition, I like to work, I like to keep money in my pocket, I don't want to have to be depending on somebody else for my day-to-day livelihood, lifestyle, or activity. That's okay too. Okay, question number 5, and then y'all are gonna have to let me know if y'all want a part 2, because I could keep going on and on. Are you in therapy? I like this question because, one, it doesn't matter whether he answers yes or no, because it just generates more questions. And really, all of these questions should leave you having more questions. If he says yes, then great. People who are in therapy are typically more self-aware than most, and they seek therapy to gain more awareness of themselves in order to know how to handle situations that they may face in the future. I myself go to therapy. I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with therapy. Pretty much my entire family is in therapy because everybody needs a therapist. Everybody. If he goes to therapy, great. You answer yes to the therapy question. Okay, cool. How's it going? How long have you been there? Leads into, wow, this is what I learned. And yeah, I went to therapy and this is conversation. Now we're connecting off of therapy. But if he answers no, I'm not saying that it's a red flag, because therapy is expensive, and so therapy is expensive, and that's it. That's all I have. If he says no to therapy because of finances, then that lets you know where he is on his money maintenance. But if he says something like, I don't believe in therapy, okay. Like, what did therapy ever do to you? What experience do you even have to have that stance? You don't want anybody to have to check you. We're not gonna last. We're not gonna last. So I hope that you have fun in your dating adventures and stay safe out there, but make sure y'all are asking the right questions so that maybe, just maybe, they'll stop wasting our time. Okay, toodles. See you next time.
Take a dose of mine, all I ever wanted.